Creative analysis is all about sniffing a dead body and telling the age of it.
A million spent on a single creative sounds like exceptional.
Like I personally have scaled a image for like 6-7 months and I have scaled it to like $2 million revenue. It has been like 1 year I have used Instagram now.
Question number 6. Which platform introduced shoppable ads first?
Google.
No.
Shopify?
No.
Facebook.
No.
TikTok.
No.
कोई तो सही होगा.
You lost it already. It's Instagram.
Instagram पे shop करना है. Today, people do not want to consume any kind of ad. They want to consume generic content that can certainly sell a product and a service.
Hello everyone. Welcome to Clanversation. This is our most awaited branding initiative. And Clanversation is a podcast series that we have been planning to launch for a really long time. And in this series, there will be a lot of episodes where we'll talk about marketing, AI revolution, and how the businesses are evolving when it comes to the affiliate world. This is an Idea Clan sponsored initiative, Clanversation, and we'll be having our guests from our team, our company, and the conversation is going to be amazing. It's going to be an absolutely mind-blowing series of fun interviews, fun podcast rounds for you all. And yeah, we have a lot of exciting things planned up. So let's get started today. So let's get started now. Today we have Sumedha Sharma, who's the head of the creative team, also known as House of Creativity at Idea Clan. She has years of experience in copywriting, content writing, creative strategy, and a lot more. And second, we have our guest, Vivek Sharma, who is the senior manager of the lead gen team. He has years of proven experience at Idea Clan in terms of media buying, performance marketing, how to run affiliate ads, offers, everything. And let's get started with the questions. So, welcome to you both.
Thank you.
First question is, so this is for you, Sumedha.
Okay.
What, according to you, is creative analysis and why is it important in performance marketing in 2025?
Okay, I would just randomly discuss this answer. Creative analysis is all about sniffing a dead body and telling the age of it. So if you relate to the creative analysis, it's all about how do you examine a creative by hook rate, hold rate, CPC, CTR, what type of conversion it is giving you. So these are a couple of parameters that you need to see while you are studying a video. So I would say, in short, it's the way you study a video in terms of different parameters so that you can actually understand the magic behind numbers. So that's all of the creative analysis.
Would you like to add on something to that? That's a perspective.
I think he might add in the media buying because he's an expert there. So we'll counter it there.
Okay. Second question is, from a creative's perspective, this is for you as well. I would like to know what goes in your head while making such ads.
Okay, to begin with, it's a crazy journey. You barely know where you're going to head. And the type of content that people are consuming these days, if I see like 3 years back, it was very different. Today, people do not want to consume any kind of ad. They want to consume generic content that can certainly sell a product and a service. And in our business, most of the line of business is all about selling the services. So we try to sell or we try to portray stories rather than selling the products, because it's just like the same example that you meet somebody for the very first time and you ask them to get married. So you don't need to upsell. You need to just tell a story and start dating first. So I would rather say that.
Well, you have got away with words, I see. Okay. Third question. How do you approach user-generated content versus highly produced brand creatives? And I would like to know your perspective on this. How do you differentiate between UGC ads and highly produced brand creatives, like ones which are created using big production houses and all? What do you think? How do they matter in terms of performance marketing?
Well, in performance marketing, it is always to have more and more creatives that we test. Because of that fatigue we have. So generally, whatever ads we get, whatever content we get earlier as possible. So UGC is the content that we get in earliest, on the later stage. So again, that will come under A/B testing. So also it depends upon which category you are running it. So, but both of them are, we don't know.
We also think that it's a game of luck when it comes to, ads that have incurred a lot of cost. For example, if we get UGC videos created, and on the other hand, we are getting like big production houses on board with us, and we are getting videos created with them. So there's no certainty, like the maximum cost ad will work or UGC ad will work. It's all about luck or the market trends, right? Fourth question. Can a brand get away with running a single winner creative for months, or do such ads have a shelf life too?
I would just like to quote one of the example that I recently saw, and to answer that question, the UGC kind of content. So, a creative can actually run for months, and we have experienced in our region department, in debt and other niches, where the creative was like, it actually had a spend of 1 million. When the content is very relative and it's compliant, and it actually drags a lot of attention to the audience, so it can actually run for a very long duration. That doesn't matter up till unless the content is scaled by other media buyers across the globe. Then that time the shelf life can be really less. But with the UGC content, the best part is that it will run if it is right audience targeted, and if it is produced really well. And one of the examples of the chili, must be a really good brand, food brand. And they had an amazing example of a girl doing that cheese buster video, and it stayed for a long, and that was done by a social media creator. So chilies actually used that video, and it scaled to the masses, and it performed really well, and it's still there on the social media. It's a case study that you guys can actually go and study. So an amazing shelf life, amazing UGC content, and amazing. I think that's one thing that I would like to add. Yeah.
Again, it also depends upon the media buyer, like how he is testing and also which platform it is. So we have seen people scaling a particular type of creative on Facebook. One media buyer, he might only is able to scale for 2-3 days, but again, another one, because of his strategy, he's able to scale for like 2-3 months, the same creative. So it also depends upon the media buyer, how he's testing, what is the strategy he's using.
Well, but $1 million spent on a single winner creative sounds like exceptional for you guys.
Yeah, because again, YouTube, like Google, it has like always have more audience as compared to any other platform. So again, like we were talking about the ad fatigue. So as compared to like TikTok, you need more ads as compared to Meta. But again, when you compare Google with Meta, so Google, the saturation it takes more time. So you can spend more. Like the people who are spending more, like millions. So you will find basically that on YouTube or display ads.
YouTube also has strict compliance.
Yeah, it does. It does. There are various policies where we get restricted. The pages get restricted. But again, we have also scaled earlier, like 500K, 600K for particular kind of videos, and also in display as well.
And if you were to pick one platform that you think is the easiest to crack, which one is it? Is it Facebook or something else?
A tough question, but yeah, Facebook. Facebook is the one where like we can see CPCs and CTR, how it is, performing in just a single or couple of days, and also in that matter, TikTok also. So these two platforms are, you can test in a couple of days only. You can see if you are getting winners or not.
Next question number 5. What's your take on TikTok versus Meta versus Google for performance marketing? How should brands allocate their budgets?
Like again, it depends upon what category someone is running. For example, like in TikTok, generally the audience, the age is lesser as compared to Meta, and ad fatigue is very faster in TikTok as compared to Meta. Also, when we talk about Google, so it has a lot of higher intent audience. So I would like to say, like, a brand or a performance marketer has to divide the budget across the platforms. But if you need more creatives, more testing, that is needed in Meta and TikTok, and on YouTube and display, you can hope that a creative can run for a month, for 2 months, for 3 months. But that is not in the case of TikTok. So you need more creatives.
So there's longevity in case.
Longevity is more in Google.
Okay.
Yes.
And you mentioned about ad fatigue. Would you like to explain it to our viewers? What's ad fatigue in terms of when we talk about performance?
So ad fatigue is basically how fast your ad gets saturated. So when a media buyer launches a creative, he wants it to run for at least for a week or 10 days. So in TikTok, generally uh, a ad gets saturated in 2 or 3 days or 4 days. So it is like tough to scale a creative. You need more creatives in TikTok. So while in Google, you can say if you get a winner video, or in that matter you are running a display ad, so you can scale that creative even for 2 months, 3, 4 months. Like I personally have scaled a image for like 6, 7 months, and I have scaled it to like $2 million revenue.
$2 million
Yeah.
revenue on a single creative.
Yes.
What was it?
So that was in Google, not on Meta, and so that was a bit of non-compliant though. But again, that was a time when there was no when there were competition was less. So now there are more people and competition is more. So you need to test more, and again the saturation is faster, and ad fatigue is even higher nowadays.
Since you mentioned about this creative generating $2 million revenue for you, what do you think made it work and helped you achieve that milestone?
So again, it needs a patience in Google. Like initially, you see a lot of spikes happening. If you're setting a budget of $100, it used to spend $200, $300, and initially you need to manage with the losses. But you need to be patient with if you're getting good parameters, if the CPC is lesser and you're seeing good LPCTR. So you need to judge that thing. Meanwhile, within few days you'll be able to scale that. So you need to have patience with the parameters you're getting.
Okay. What makes an ad creative highly converting versus just aesthetically pleasing? As in, to elaborate it more, do you think an aesthetically pleasing ad would work, or it's just pure luck or creative instinct that makes a creative work? What do you believe in more?
It is mix of both, but again, you can tell it more.
There's no right or wrong answer. It's just
yeah, of course. We have seen creatives like
Satisfying videos.
Satisfying videos, or even in that case, a simple image that is the quality is also less. But again, people are scaling that. So it's a matter of luck also. What do you have to say on that?
I would say aesthetically pleasing thing really work for the brands. When it comes to affiliate, you need to focus on the psychology and the mindset. Why do people like satisfying videos? Recently, I was watching a satisfying video, and during that process, I just realized that I was only focusing for the video to visually. My brain was hooked, and I did not even bother to hear what the script was saying. And if you do the creative analysis, you'll certainly figure out a user actually saw the entire video. But your brain was only focused. The car was getting cleaned, so my brain was waiting. Okay, fine. It is supposed to get cleaned really soon. So that's a psychology and blending. So we just trick people.
So while you were talking, like I remember on creative, there is a category life insurance. So there was a winner creative that was running for like a year. And the creative was a woman, an older lady around 60s or 70s. She is eating a ice cream. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing is written in that image, and nothing else. But that is scaling. No relevancy with that category.
So if I was to create a creative for myself or my performance marketing agency, let's say, I should focus more on like the dynamics, because market is evolving and there are new trends, rather just focusing on something aesthetically pleasing that much, right? It should just hook the user in any way possible, right? That's what you mean to say. Okay. What's your process for A/B testing creatives? How many variations should a brand test at a time?
Well, A/B testing is again a continuous process. Even even if you have some winner creatives, like one element should be constant. For example, you have winner creative, you have a winner image, so you will be testing more of description, headlines. One element is constant, and you're testing with another. Now you have some winner headlines and text, then you'll be testing more of images and videos. And also it depends upon how much budget you want to give in that particular platform. But you need to give a decent amount of budget to those campaigns to see they have spent a decent amount. And then you need to judge upon the CPCs. They're getting the lower CPC, the more CTRs they have. So that is a continuous process. Even you have some good winners at a time. Yeah.
So before increasing budget on a specific creative, what is that one metric you look for in the first place?
That is, we are getting leads or not. Of course, that is the first one. The CPs are lower in that. But again, we have some benchmarks, like if you're getting a lower CPCs, you're getting a good good CTR, the LP CTR, the whole funnel is, working well for you. The CR is also doing good, the offer side. So that is the various benchmarks we see. And then we scale it.
Okay, got it. Question number 8. How has consumer behavior changed in the last 2 years? And how should performance marketers adapt to it?
A lot. Like when I used to do media buying a couple of years back, again, the competition was very less. Again, comes the same thing in the picture, the ad fatigue thing. If I used to test 10 images or 15 images and videos and so on, I used to run it for like 10 days, 15 days. But nowadays, it's not like that. You need to test more and more on like daily basis. So it has changed a lot. More and more of competition is there nowadays.
And to add on to this, all of us can pick up our phone and see the amount of screen time we have. We barely had phones at that time.
Yes.
And now you see you have 6 hours of screen time. And if you just figure it out, you will be able to understand. Even if I say that I'm not using Instagram and my phone is going to tell me the reality that 4 hours I was on Instagram. So imagine the amount of content that I'm like consuming.
Each day, yes.
So that's the clear-cut answer to the human brain that has evolved. Even if I say Instagram is not impacting me, certainly the moment I wake up, I want to look Pinterest style. I want to look aesthetically pleasing. So it is telling me subconsciously that I need to look glam.
What's your average screen time?
Nowadays, it has gone to 3.5 hours.
Wow, that's low.
Without Instagram, I've uninstalled. So
Without Instagram.
without Instagram.
How much?
So I want a user like she is having a good screen time.
How much is yours?
Probably it is very less. I have consciously worked on it.
Yeah.
So it is not more than like 30 minutes or 40 minutes.
40 minutes a day.
Yes.
Well, that's a record.
Yeah.
No. His main screen time is on the laptop, no? Campaign manager. So it just makes it
So I'm on the other side of the picture.
Hope you have not logged on Instagram in your laptop.
No.
It has been like 1 year I have used Instagram now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Question number 9. How do you make an ad go viral intentionally? Or virality is just luck?
I would say it's like both the ways. It's luck if it is scaled by the media buyer perfectly, and half the content creation also. When we pick up a video that has already got 100 million satisfying views, so you've already certainly done that first level of scaling. If I take a satisfying video from YouTube that has 120 million views, so certainly I know that it's gonna trend. And I'm going to have an amazing hook rate. So all I need to work is on the second half of the body where I can actually provide the value to the customers. And if they scale it in a way that it gauges the audience pretty well with the right time of testing, I think that ways we are able to give both the segments perfectly done for the testing.
Okay.
Also, I believe you need to believe the process. Like maybe the viral videos that you see, the initial days are not that good, right? So you need to see the benchmarks. How is it going? And you need to stick with the process, and then gradually you need to scale it. Which platform you're using it. So once you're seeing the video going viral, there is a process, right? Initial days can be tough, but again, it depends upon the media buyer to media buyer, how he's scaling, what strategy he's using it. And also how maybe you need to go through the process of making a lot of variations and then a video goes viral. So it's a process.
I also believe that to some extent it's science also, because there are content creators
it's mix
who
of
are
both.
emphasizing on this
Yeah,
one thing, how
absolutely.
to make your content go viral. So it's science to a certain extent, and then it's luck or the algorithm.
Science, you call it data, you call it instinct. So it is mix of all these things.
The 10th question is, what's a psychological trigger that more brands should be using in their ads?
Pain points should be there, of course. You're giving some good solution to them. What is going viral nowadays? So, what do you have to say?
I would say it's a blend of couple of things. If a brand is able to trigger to the emotional, because the most difficult emotion in a human body is, being emotional, sentimental. And that's how you use relations. If you see ads for banking, for products, for baby products, for mother products, they always use relations because that's the segment where a human is really connected to. So if you'll see the ads that we have scaled, people are laughing, crying, yelling, that have performed really well with simple text because humans are connected to loud emotions and relations. So I think most of the ads that have scaled really well have done really amazing campaigns. They usually have emotional trigger, relationship trigger. So I think for me, I think that one segment never fails to take to any niche that we do. US Life, auto insurance, debt, final expense, ACA, Medicare, all of them. So that works.
At the end of the day, we are all humans. That's why.
Humans and loud expressions. That works.
Yes. Okay. So the 11th question is, what's something you believe that AI still can't do in marketing despite all the hype?
I think one emotional factor is still pending in AI, which I recently read in an article, and my friend also shared that if you start giving prompts to ChatGPT that you're an amazing person and you write exceptionally good, so the content that AI is going to give is better than if you tell ChatGPT this was terrible copy, you don't write well, and I'm not going to ask. So that way, I think the emotional segment is left, what AI is not able to bring. Otherwise, it has actually simplified the task to an extent that we're able to take the base work and then you can add the human element. So I think that part is really good. Once it has emotional touch, I think that'll be able, and that's going to be the next level. I'm just hoping how it's going to come.
Do you fear it?
No, I certainly do not fear it because I'm a person who's like really prompt to doing the task, and I'm like, you give me the base work, I can make it look beautiful. So when AI does it, so I'm like more than happy. Okay, fine, that's done. So yeah.
Moreover, I believe that due to AI, it is helping us, be efficient. It is doing simplifying our tasks.
Yeah.
But we are losing touch to being human. We are losing touch to our art, to doing things deliberately, consciously, one step at a time. That's what, I fear that personally.
But I moreover, I think it has given me a lot of time to bring new strategy. If I talk about myself, where I can just get the work done from ChatGPT or any other AI tool, I can bring on some new game that we haven't played for because there's a bigger problem to solve. All these AI tools are able to give us that ease and space also. Maybe, of course, you're correct to certain part, but we need to see how from where we are operating. You need to use the right lens to view the AI tools. So just change the lens and the result will be different.
Would you like to add something to this?
So again, as the AI is also evolving, we are also evolving. We also need to accept AI. Again, the emotional part, as you are saying, we see that even in the visuals, even in the videos, even the images, the kind of emotions we want to see is not exactly what a real person can give, and it can connect to the real user in the end. But again, it's a process for us also to accept it, the AI thing. That's it. I think it's a win-win thing. Yeah.
Let's move on to the next question. What is one organic ad campaign that you have come across and absolutely loved the idea behind it? It could be any brand, any single ad that, made you like, wow, this is like exceptional. Why didn't I think of this?
It was something related to money heist idea, right? The category was debt, and there were few robbers. They were actually going to the banks, and the idea was to steal the money. And in the end, you will be saving some amount, and it is you will be debt free. So that was so real that some people, some bankers have actually complained that somebody have actually come to steal or rob us. But again, those were just actors, right? So that was so unique thing, and it was really viral, and it has scaled for like $1 billion again. So this was very unique for me.
Can you
Anything
think
you
of a
remember?
brand who did something like that?
So for me, the best marketing campaigns are the campaigns that are able to deliver at the lowest cost. For example, in Mahakumbh, you must have heard of this. So Lifebuoy did a campaign.
Yes.
So I think that was one of the finest and the most cheapest thing that they could do, and it has a social message also. All they did is that they wanted to promote people to wash their hands before eating food. So what they did, they actually got stamps जिस पे लिखा था कि क्या आज आपने Lifebuoy से हाथ धोए, and that they stamped on each roti, so that everybody who was consuming free food and they just read it before eating, and it was spreading hygiene. The message was super sasta. I think, I don't know, the stamp must have not cost really high, and it scaled to the masses. Who can actually think about like 100 million people coming to Mahakumbh, and maybe 2 million people just know about this idea, and of course the social media did the rest work. But I think fabulous idea, cheaper cost, the product was sold, and it gave a new dimension also that India wants to promote hygiene, and I loved it.
Yeah,
Super.
even I love that
है ना?
idea. The
I
way
love
they
when
use the
people do
audience.
cheap marketing with the bigger idea, less money spending.
Yes, and the audience they picked was also so precise, and
Perfect.
they wrote the text in Hindi. Lifebuoy से हाथ धोया क्या? That's so good.
Exactly. And उनको पता है उनकी target audience वहीं पे है, those who are consuming free food. Because we guys are certainly raised in a way that we do wash our hands. पर उनका target audience था, and they knew कि किसको कहाँ पे serve करना है. And if you see Mahakumbh की population, it's rural population more, urban is less. So they know कि they'll come there. So
Yes,
nice.
correct. If an ad makes you feel something but doesn't convert, is it still a good ad according to you?
I would say it's an amazing ad, because it certainly has a piece of brain and heart that my team is putting up. So I would say it's a phenomenal ad.
But you're creating ads for the users. You're not creating for your team.
Yeah, certainly it has to be, when you look at it with the perspective of an artist, the product अच्छा होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. And if you think it is good, it has not performed, that doesn't make it a bad thing. It can still be a piece of art. It has not given you revenue because it's performance marketing. If it would have been a brand, they would certainly have invested a huge amount, and it might have helped them to sell the product. And it's a service, and it's a performance marketing. So $30 and the ad is off. So it's okay. And certainly if we are like testing 500, so we just expect 10-15 videos to perform. So our win ratio is never 100%. Even if you look at the top guys who are making big money, I don't think so anybody is having 100% win ratio.
Nobody can. Marketing is dynamic. Next question is question number 14. Can an ad be too good? For example, if it entertains but doesn't convert. Again, it's related to the previous question only.
It is. We have seen like many ads which we feel it will run, a user may like it. But again, when we see the parameters, it is not performing well. But again, we keep that in draft. Like these are good ads which we have run in the past. So we try it again like couple of months after, maybe 3-4 months. And maybe at that time people might be able to connect. Maybe we will be able to test in some other platform, and then user might be able to connect. So it happens.
So you keep it in the repository.
Yes, we do.
That ad.
We do. Maybe we do a little bit of tweak. Maybe we change some hook, because we believe if we are liking it, so maybe user may like it with some changes. So we try that thing, and then again we get some winners out of that as well.
Yeah, you have a similar perspective. Like she said that when you have put your heart into creating something and it doesn't work, so your heart is still there. You have put your effort.
Yes.
So yeah, media and creative people are the same as it seems. Question number 15. Would you ever let AI fully automate your media buying? If yes, why? And if no, then why not? It is going to eat your job.
Out कर देंगे question. Let's move forward.
Yeah, but like if it is helping out a media buyer, right in a good way, and the creativity is also improving, and user is also liking, and the advertiser is also happy. He's getting a good quality thing. So at that extent, yes, we'll be able to move to at that level. But again, I don't believe as of now that we'll be completely moving it to AI sooner. And let's see afterwards how it goes.
But you'll lose touch to your skill if that happens. If you let AI fully take over what you're doing right now.
Yeah, it's a tough question, when AI thing comes up, because yes, certainly things have changed in in last past 1 year. The one marketer used to think it has changed, but again, this is a part of how we evolve, how the marketing has been evolving throughout. So when people used to market like 30 years back, 25 years back, 10 years back, so it has always been changing, but again, a user mind is always there. So that I don't think an AI can overcome.
Question number 16. Would you rather have an AI that writes all your ad copy or one that creates all your ad visuals? I would like you to answer this.
I think there are all these tools.
But if you were to pick one, what would you do? You
Okay.
should pick the copy part, content part, or the visuals.
I would say the copy part. If I can just give a couple of instructions, the framework, if I can just get it done by AI, maybe I want to use my human side in terms of choosing the visuals, because I think AI is still not that equipped, that able to choose generic kind of content using AI, because there are a couple of tools, but they're not really nice when it comes to content for affiliate. Maybe for the brands they can, but not for the affiliate as of now. So I would choose for the copy.
Question number 17. If AI creates the perfect ad that converts every single time, will marketing get boring?
Certainly, we haven't seen it as of now, so it's too early to say that. And in a recent study, we just figured out the ads that are created with the using AI tool. I think in a recent study that we realized ना, it has some code. कौन सा code होता है वो जो पीछे था? That we used to remove the meta tags. So actually the Facebook really shoots up the content if it is fully AI generated, because you can certainly ask anything.
It was related to lowering the CPM.
CPM, yeah, the CPM is really high. So I don't think so. We still have cracked that code. If your video is, maybe for the brands, it might work. For one of our jewelry brand, Amalfi, it has worked. They've created a lot of AI content. It has worked for them, but I would say not for us as of now. It has really high CPMs, so certainly not as of now.
वैसे आंसर नहीं हुआ क्वेश्चन का इसमें.
ऐसे कोई बात नहीं, हम आगे चल सकते
मार्केटिंग
हैं.
बोरिंग हो जाएगी क्या, ये बताना था आपने?
बोरिंग तो देखो कुछ भी नहीं होता लाइफ में. Once you start thinking कि अब बोरिंग हो गया है, so then just innovate it. It's your human. I think it's my brain that makes. And do one other thing that I read in Atomic Habits: boring things are the thing that produces result. So if you're finding it boring, keep doing it. It will certainly get entertaining one day. And if the boring thing is actually giving you money, why not? I'll do it.
Well, I have to check that book out too.
Yeah, you should certainly.
Question number 18. If you could invent a MarTech tool that doesn't exist yet, what would it do? Or what should it do?
Okay, I have an idea. It's very easy to generate content these days. You can get UGC, you can have B-roll, but there is no tool that can actually help you to understand, to reach to that winner angle or the topic that we usually choose in our bodies. Is there any product that can help us to have some stages? Initial testing, then second level of video testing, and then how do we do that? I think I would certainly make up with such a project, because all of the ad agencies or of the content generation agencies, they're just upselling their product by telling that you have, like, we are actually having a pool of creators and you can get the video content done. But nobody's actually helping us into the game, what kind of content that we should get it done and what is running in the market and how to do the creative analysis. I think that's the major thing. So something of that sort, according to me. He can certainly add to the media buying side.
Yeah, absolutely. This kind of tool only, which is improving the win ratio in the end. We're talking about this only, right?
Yeah, daily reporting of creatives
Yes.
and everything.
Yes.
So that it just gives you a consolidated report. By the end of the day, you launch 50 campaigns. These
Yes.
have really terrible CPC, CTRs, do the actions in this, and then relaunch. I think that would be like crazy. So that they do not put a lot of brains studying those statistics. They can actually take more actions.
Yeah. So the kind of, sometimes the media buyer is not having clue what kind of creative is actually gonna become winner. So maybe a tool which can, help it out to actually basically increase the win ratio, right? Currently we are having. So that would be helpful, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have Lookfinity.
Yes, we have an in-house tool.
We have
guys.
Lookfinity. Lookfinity is very helpful as of now. We are able to, easily analyze the videos. And we are also improving. We are also learning like how we can, increase the win ratio out of it. So,
what is this tool Lookfinity exactly about? What does it do? How does it help you guys?
So Lookfinity is a platform like where you can see like all the spends and the revenue of the platform, whether it is Facebook, Newsbreak, Google. And then also there is a creative dashboard over there where you can see all the creative you have launched, and you can see all the CPCs, all the parameters over there. You can analyze which videos are doing good for you. So it has made life of a media buyer very easy. You can also do bulk launching over there. So it's a one-stop solution for a media buyer.
That sounds like amazing for every media buyer out there. Okay. 19th question. If you could remove one feature from any ad platform, what would it be and why?
Spending thing? I see zero spend.
Ad rejections.
Yeah, rejections. Yes.
Ad rejections, okay. How would you market a product that nobody wants but everybody needs?
AI पे छोड़ते हैं ना ये AI कर लेगा.
Okay. So that's the end of our question and answer round. And that's an impressive answer, by the way, I must say. Post all these questions, we have now reached the end of our episode 1 of Clanversation, our podcast series that we have launched. But before we end this, you are not allowed to leave now. We have got a quick rapid fire round for you both.
Okay.
Let's see who guesses the correct answer
He's
first.
rapid and I'm fast. Game over.
Okay, so are you guys ready? Shall we begin? The first to answer will win the round. We have 10 questions.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the hamper? What's the gift?
That we'll announce after the show.
Okay.
The gift is like they will allow us to go.
You'll get to leave. First question. It's a time game, by the way. What does CPA stand for in advertising?
Cost per acquisition.
Okay, that goes to Vivek. One answer. Second one. What's the rule of 7 in marketing?
7 C's, 7 P's. Planning, like no.
It's related to psychology. Rule of 7.
मुझे पता है. It's the 7 senses that you need to.
Actually, we are quite dependent on AI. So that's why I'm not able to answer
I
this.
think
Okay.
it's the 7 senses that you need to touch.
5 senses. That is 5 senses.
7th is AI. I don't
Okay,
know.
I'll give you that. The answer to this is that a customer needs to see a message 7 times before taking action. You need to, relaunch the ads and show the same user an ad 7 times before they finally make a decision to buy that product. Question number 3. Which brand launched the famous Pay With Your Time campaign?
IKEA.
Okay. 1 to Vivek and 1 to Sumedha. Question number 4. What's the maximum length of a TikTok ad before it risks lower engagement?
40
6.
seconds.
Wrong answer.
6.
No.
15 seconds.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. 2 to Sumedha, 1 for Vivek. Question number 5. Which company owns DALI, the AI image
OpenAI.
generation tool? Yes.
The
correct.
question was not
You need
completed.
to pick up, bro. You gotta
The
pick up.
question was not
You need
completed.
to have a better pickup.
Can I
line.
get 0.5?
No. You need to have a
No.
better
Okay.
pickup.
Unfortunately, no. So we have 3 points for Sumedha and 1 for
So the
Vivek.
game is over, right?
You gotta pick up, man.
Okay.
Question number 6. Which platform introduced shoppable ads first?
Google.
No.
Shopify?
No.
Like Facebook.
No.
TikTok.
No.
कोई तो सही होगा.
You lost it already. It's Instagram.
इंस्टाग्राम पे शॉप वाला आया, नाइस, उसी पे आता है शॉप नाम वाला, याद है इसे, वो सब बैग से बनाते हैं। चलो ये हम यूज नहीं करते ना, इस वजह से यार तुम समझ नहीं रहे हो।
ठीक है, 3 to Sumedha and 1 to Vivek. Still, we have 7th question. Which brand stands with the tagline "The happiest place on earth"?
डिज्नी।
Idea Clan.
No way, that's idea plan.
Paid marketing है।
He's promoting the brand here. No, that's not the case.
Disney.
And I know you believe otherwise.
Can you repeat it?
Which brand stands with the tagline "The happiest place on earth"?
Can you give us a clue?
You were close.
Are you talking
Disney?
about Bangkok?
नहीं Disney
Dark.
World,
Dark jokes.
Disney Paris,
Very close.
France, Disney World.
You're so close.
Disney
Amsterdam.
नहीं, Disney World के अलावा और कौन सा होता है किड्स वाला?
It's a,
like Tomorrowland.
it has been our dream since childhood. We want to go to this place.
Disney World.
And it's spread across the globe. It's in Paris, Tokyo, everywhere. It's Disneyland.
Disneyland.
मैंने क्या बोला था?
Disney World. You said Disney World.
यार मेरा मतलब वही था Disney.
I told you that you were close. You were close, I told you.
But Disneyland, Disney World is the same.
But the keyword was
But
wrong,
Disney-
you know?
Disney
The keyword
Disney-
was wrong.
Disney was Disney. See, it's Disney.
You can give 0.5 then.
नहीं,
0.5.
पूरा।
Still, 3 to Sumedha, 1 to Vivek.
नहीं यार 3.5.
Already winning.
Disney तो सही था मेरा।
You're already winning.
3 questions to pick up, bro. Okay, question number 8. When did Facebook rebrand its name to Meta?
2019, 20.
21.
21.
No.
22.
22. This way you are gonna win. No.
So this is not a win.
Yeah, this is not a win. It's a rapid.
So she said 2019, I said 2020. It is closer to 2022. So a closer one wins? No.
ले लो।
No, that's not
Oh,
a part of the rules.
चलो।
It was June 9, 2022.
Okay.
Yes. Question number 9. What is the formula of CTR?
clicks divided by impression into 100.
Okay. I'm glad you answered. Last question of this round. What is the duration of hook when it comes to Facebook ads?
6 seconds.
No.
It's
3
only
seconds.
Yes, she's correct. She
I
has got
said
it again.
3.
It's 3 seconds and
I said 6 seconds.
this doesn't work.
Only 3 seconds.
When it comes to Facebook, it's 3 seconds
So who
and
won?
in TikTok, it's 2 seconds.
Who won?
So
The creative person is always a winner. Creative is always a winner.
हाँ. ठीक है, done.
Okay. Okay, so with that, we have reached the end of this first episode of Conversation, and we have had an amazing time talking. I hope you guys like the podcast, and especially the rapid fire round at the end that Vivek lost, unfortunately. But I am glad that you guys came here and attended and had a good time. Hope we keep on doing such podcasts and further episodes keep on coming. Do you guys have anything for me?
Thank you so much. We really
Thank you for
have-
having us, and you're an amazing host. You should have a YouTube channel as well.
Thank you so much.
Cut it.
ठीक है बताओ
रुको यार, क्या हो गया?
इतना तो क्रिएटिव एनालिसिस हमने कर दिया, हमें याद हो गया
ये आप ही बताओगे, मैं नहीं बता सकती है।
रोहित सर सीटीआर का फॉर्मूला नहीं आता है ना ब्लूपर का कंटेंट अगेन
ये तो ज्यादा वायरल हो जाएगा भाई. CTR का फॉर्मूला है to impressions.
क्लिक्स बाय इंप्रेशंस इनटू 100.
ये आंसर देगी गई।
ठीक है, फिर से पूछता हूँ. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, इट्स एन इजी क्वेश्चन बाय द वे. व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला ऑफ सीटीआर?
This you need to take.
Clicks into impression divided by 100.
अरे भाई गलत बोल दिया यार. अभी भी गलत बोल दिया यार.
गलत ही जाएगा।
अरे गलत ही जाएगा.
परसेंटेज है, इनटू 100 आता है, डिवाइड में नहीं आता.
Clicks divided by
No.
impression into 100.
हाँ, नंबर ऑफ क्लिक्स डिवाइडेड बाय नंबर ऑफ इंप्रेशंस इनटू 100. ठीक है.
फिर पूछोगे?
Yes, अब फिर से
Question
बताना
change
पड़ेगा.
करो यार.
फिर से बताना पड़ेगा इजी क्वेश्चन जो आंसर नहीं हो रहा.
आंसर बता दो ना।
How would you market such a product?
Again.
दोबारा से repeat करो.
Okay. How would you market such a product that nobody wants but everybody needs?
Question. Need this question.
Everybody wants, but nobody needs.
Sorry. हाँ, nobody wants but everybody needs.
So it's मतलब वही जो marketer करता है actually need.
Product market fit ढूंढना है basically.
क्या है?
Product market fit ढूंढ रहा है वो product. उसको कैसे market करोगे?
सोचना पड़ेगा. Nobody wants.
But everybody needs. उनको पता नहीं है but उन्हें चाहिए वो चीज. That is the question. तो आप उस चीज को कैसे बेचोगे?
ये दोनों में आएगा, want and need दोनों में.
Want नहीं है.
ये bloopers में डाल देंगे.
Can we say that? No, that is wrong, right?
आंसर नहीं आते वाले गेस्ट
चलो
मैं तो ब्लूपर का कंटेंट दे रहा था.
चलो आप पूछो.
क्वेश्चन
AI पे छोड़ते हैं ये सवाल.
हाँ ठीक है, फिर से आंसर देना. ठीक है.